Hello students, in our previous class we have studied about primary, secondary and tertiary sectors in India. We have studied that the GDP produced by primary, secondary and tertiary sector has been increased from the year 1973 to 74 to 2013-14 year. There is increase in the production in all the three sectors. Among these three sectors, tertiary sector is the sector which was the largest producing sector in year 2013 to 14. We have also studied about the percentage of employment, share of sectors in employment. According to the graph 3, we have found that people are employed mostly in the agriculture sector than in the tertiary sector. It means the production by the tertiary sector is high, but the number of people employed are low. In case of primary sector, production is low as comparing to the tertiary sector, but here most of the people are employed. According to the graph, there is a shift of employed people from the sector primary to now they are shifting from primary sector to the secondary and tertiary sector. More than half of the workers in the country are working in primary sector, mainly in agriculture, producing only a quarter of GDP. This sector produces only a quarter of GDP. In contrast to this, the secondary and the tertiary sector produce 4/5 of the produce, whereas they employ less than half of the people. Thus, this means that the workers in agriculture are not producing as much as they could. What it means is that there are more people in agriculture than is necessary. It means in agriculture sector, more than required persons are working, are engaged. So even if you move a few people out, production will not be affected. In other words, workers in these sectors, agriculture sectors, are underemployed. It means pupils are doing work, but the production done by them is not enough. There is an example of Lakshmi, who has 2 hectares of unirrigated land, completely dependent on rain and growing crops like jowar and arhar. All the 5 members of her family work in the plot throughout the year. Why? They have nowhere else to go for work. You will see that everyone is working. None remains idle, but in actual fact their labor effort gets divided. Like for example, in a small plot of land, 5 pupils are working. To cultivate that land, only 3 pupils are required. 2 pupils are extra. These 2 pupils are also working in the field, but the work done by them is less than their potential. So this type of underemployment is hidden in contrast to someone who does not have a job and is clearly visible as employed. Person is doing work in agriculture field, but his labor effort is very less. Another person, he is not doing any work, he is not getting any work. For the person one who is doing work in agriculture field and his labor effort is less, if we will remove that person from the field, the production of the field will not decrease. So such type of person they seems like they are working, they are employed, but actually their unemployment is hidden. But in case of second person, his unemployment is visible. So such type of hidden unemployment is known as the disguised unemployment. He seems like he is doing work in the field, but because of his less labor effort, if we will remove that person from the field, the production of the field will not be affected. So such type of unemployment is known as the disguised unemployment. The kind of unemployment which is hidden in contrast to someone who does not have a job and is clearly visible as unemployed, hence it is called as disguised unemployment. In the above example, 2 people may move to work in a factory, Once again the earnings of the family would increase and they would also continue to produce as much from their land. Means the 2 extra people, those who are working in the field, they can work to in a factory. There are lakhs of farmers like Lakshmi in India. This means that even if we remove a lot of people from agricultural sector and provide them with proper job elsewhere, agricultural production will not suffer. The incomes of the people who take up other work would increase the total family income. So there are many cases in India where the farmers are working in the field. If we will remove some people, some farmers from the agricultural land, the production will not be affected. These extra people can do other work to increase for the betterment of their family. This underemployment can also happen in other sectors, not only in primary or the agriculture sector. This type of activity can be seen, this type of underemployment can be seen in other sectors also. For example, there are thousands of casual workers in service sector in urban areas who search for daily employment. They are employed as painters, plumbers, repair persons and other doing odd jobs. Many of them don't have find work every day. Similarly, we see other people of the services sector on the street pushing a cart or selling something where they may spend the whole day but earn very little. They are doing this work because they do not have better opportunity. In towns and cities, we may find different type of pupils who are engaged in different activities like painters, plumbers, repair persons, like pushing a cart for selling something. These people, they are doing work throughout the day, but the income is very low. Whatever they are earning in a day is very little. Some pupils, they are getting job during a particular seasons only. So this type of unemployment can be seen in different sectors of Indian economy.